Live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, home of so many of the biggest fights in boxing over the years. Tonight, another fight which could join the pantheon of unforgettable matchups. Miguel Cotto against Antonio Margarito for the welterweight championship of the world, scheduled for 12 rounds or for as long as it lasts. Before our main event, we have a three-fight undercard, beginning with 20-year-old Bernabe Concepcion of the Philippines, facing Californian Adam Carrera. Then undefeated Mike Alvarado of Denver, Colorado, takes on one of the grizzled veterans of Mexico, Cesar Bazan. And in our last matchup before the main event, power-punching Mexican Giovanni Zagura collides with another big hitter, Cesar Canchila of Colombia. Cotto versus Margarito is being brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Rums of Puerto Rico, the rum capital of the world. Tecate beer, cerveza with an attitude. Reebok, your move. Brought to you by Universal Pictures, Death Race the movie, in theaters August 22. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Lampley. We are proud to welcome you to this HBO pay-per-view showcase for what surely should rank as one of the great fights, if not the best fight of the year 2008. Just a couple of years ago, Miguel Cotto was anointed as one of the rising superstars of the sport. He needed fights against bigger name opponents to prove himself at that level. He got them, won them, and now ranks in the eyes of most experts among the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. At the same moment a couple of years ago, Antonio Margarito was seen as the sport's most avoided dangerous fighter. Superstar fighters like Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather both turned down huge monetary offers to fight him. He continued to need fights against bigger name opponents to prove his own stature, and Cotto's rising prominence has finally rewarded Margarito with the opportunity he sought. Their collision will take place later on tonight. First of all, we're going to start off with an undercard beginning in the 122-pound weight class. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for rising Filipino prospect Bernabe Concepcion against Adam Carrera of California. And you see the 5-year age gap. Concepcion still only 20 years old, though he began his boxing career in his middle teens. A 2-inch height advantage for Carrera. Arm length advantage of a ½ inch measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. They both weighed in within a couple of pounds of the 122-pound weight limit for the junior featherweight division, and tonight both have rehydrated up about 9 or 10 pounds prior to entering the ring, according to our unofficial HBO scale. Rules of the bout with our ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Bernabe Concepcion Adam Carrera fight is scheduled for 10 rounds using the rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case it is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 10th and final round. Jim.
All right, thank you, Harold. Momentarily, I'll be calling the fight from ringside with Emmanuel Stewart and Max Kellerman. Right now, let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, where tonight, Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing is proud to present an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. These bouts are sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza with Attitude, Rums of Puerto Rico, Reebok, and Universal Pictures motion picture Death Race. In theaters everywhere, April 22nd. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman John Bailey, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, Commissioners Skip Avancino Jr., Bill Brady, TJ Day, and Pat Lundville. Physicians in attendance are Doctors William Berliner, Rodney Corson, Michael Enrico, and Stephen Leibowitz. Timekeepers counting for the knockdown seconds at the bell, James Cavan and Ernie Howdegay. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout, this first contest, are Eric Cheek, Dwayne Ford, and Glenn Trowbridge. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Joe Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the super bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green and white, official weight 123 1/2 pounds. His professional record, 19 victories, including 8 by knockout, with 3 defeats from Cathedral City, California. Here's Adam El Torito Carrera. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and gold, official weight 124 pounds. His professional record, 25 victories, including 14 knockouts, only 1 defeat with 1 bout even. From Rizal, Philippines, Bernabe, the real de Concepcion.
Torito. Concepcion. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Ya vi la regla lo todo en camerino. I expect a good, clean fight. Any fouls, any intentional fouls, there's no warnings. Give me a clean fight. Que Dios lo bendiga, and God bless you. Good luck to both of you.
Concepcion's people are trying to brand him the next Manny Pacquiao. In over 100 years of Marquis of Queensberry rules, there's been 1 Manny Pacquiao. Unlikely there'll be 2 fighting at the same time, but he is from the Philippines and he can punch.
The next Manny Pacquiao is becoming one of those labels like the next Michael Jordan. You're not sure after a while that you want to hear it about yourself, but Concepcion does have one Pacquiao-like advantage, which is the presence of Freddie Roach in his corner. And in a division filled with hard punchers, Emmanuel, he has a very strong-looking body.
It's amazing. I'm looking at all of these small fighters with these big knockout records. Almost 80-90% of their fights have been winning by knockout. But Concepcion, I think, is one of the best punchers in the smaller divisions.
Has a grin on his face as he circles looking for offensive opportunities against Adam Carrera.
What's interesting, too, with a lot of these small guys who are big punchers, they have very good defense in addition, which you don't appreciate as much because they punch so well.
Carrera comes from Cathedral City, California. And one red flag sticks out when you look at Carrera's record, which is that at age 25 and 22 fights into his career, he has already had 4 California or Nevada medical suspensions. So he's had injury problems in his career, and that makes it hard to get back onto the same page with, for instance, a rising prospect like Concepcion. Concepcion doesn't have one of those records that bristles with all knockouts. He always has only 14 knockouts among his 25 wins, but in recent fights, knockouts in 3 of the last 4, as he's been fighting slightly more prominent fighters who will challenge him.
Like a lot of the fighters that's coming from Mexico and from the Philippines, a lot of the Philippine fighters didn't have a big amateur boxing background. Most of their time was in kickboxing and things of that nature. So they really have learned to fight as a professional fighter without having a big amateur background.
And when you turn pro at 16, you don't have your man bones yet. You're a boy fighting men. Not only does it result in early losses oftentimes, as is the case with Concepcion, but it will affect your knockout rate. As you get older and grow into your body, a young prospect like Concepcion will knock more guys out, and that's what happened with him.
Interestingly, early in the fight, it appears to me that Carrera has been beating Concepcion to the punch when they're in the center of the ring. When they drift toward the ropes, the Filipino fighter gets more confidence. There he sticks his jab into Carrera's face.
You can see the difference in the power when Concepcion punches, but he doesn't punch that often enough, and as a result, could possibly be in the danger of losing this round, even though he shows the style that he is a better fighter, but he may be losing this round.